mindset of like, oh fuck, it's not working, and then you spiral.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
Your dick just doesn't work. It just doesn't. You try, but you had too many whiskeys, you had too many of these, and then you're in the mindset of like, oh fuck, it's not working, and then you spiral and you get more and more afraid, and your dick doesn't work under pressure. He's like, hey, you're on your own, and he goes away. In those scenarios, sometimes all you can hope for is a few minutes of chub and an apology. Maybe they're nice and they'll pay for your Uber and follow me, you fucking idiots.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
We had just finished and he got up to go get a towel so he could, clean me up like the gentleman he was. And when he got back on the bed to wipe me off, I queefed in his face. And he thought I farted in his face, and he made this big scene and made me feel really bad about myself to the point I cried. Then when I explained that it was not a fart, it was a queef, we laughed about it, and he called me his little queef monster for the duration of our relationship. Oh, and then the same guy, at the end of our relationship, I started my period on his dick, mid-sex.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
Okay, I actually have a few of these, but one time I was sleeping with this guy for the first time, and we had a fair bit to drink each, and I don't know how, but he tripped over his own pants or something, I don't know, and he headbutted me so fucking hard. I legit had teeth marks in my fucking head because of how hard he fucking headbutted me. And the next day I had a massive bruise and egg on my head for a week. It was so embarrassing.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
Hey mom, you can not watch this one. So one time, I was laying in bed. It was after the deed had been done, and I looked down and I noticed a little bit of blood on my leg. Then I examined a bit further and I realized it was my own blood. And then I started panicking. Listen, men are disproportionately advantaged in many ways, one of them being we very rarely have to deal with our own genital blood, so it freaked me the fuck out. So then to ease the situation, my girlfriend at the time chimed in with, hey, my aunt's a nurse. So we then call her aunt, so I can receive an over-the-phone prognosis for my dick blood situation, and she asked me very point blank, she goes, well, were you being kind of rough with her? To which I responded, and then she goes, yeah, you'll be fine, and then hangs up the phone.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
He moaned O'Reilly, and I said auto parts.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
He yelled Mortal Kombat, and the entire dorm screamed finish him.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
Wow, I never thought that my day would come where I would be able to share this story with the internet. So flashback to me and my very first boyfriend, right? We are in my bed, under the covers, cuddling naked, we'll say. And in comes my brother, my little one, no knocking, just runs in. And he jumps on top of both of us. Yeah. To this day, I don't think he knows. And Jojo, if you find out this way, you should fucking learn to knock.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
Okay, alright, I got one. So, I was having a threesome this one time, right? And so, the guy that was hosting lived with his mom and his granddad, right? And in hindsight, that probably should have been my first red flag. The second being that he lived in the basement and did not have a door, he just had a curtain. So here I was, in a rotisserie, ass in the air, getting spit roasted like a bad bitch. This man was 9.5 inches deep in my throat, while this other guy was up to his nuts inside me, breaking my back like a wishbone, okay? And next thing I know, I hear footsteps coming downstairs, and then a woman saying, oh, sorry. Yeah, his mom walked in on us. And this other dude told me later that he thinks that she's turned on by it. And I'm like, okay, well, this was fun.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
Alright, bam, story time. This is college, sophomore year. I'm dating this girl, but not dating this girl. You guys know the situation. Anyway, we are on the floor, right? Standing up. My college dorm has carpet for some reason. I step back, get a better angle, and my foot goes into my earring that drops. I scream in pain. She thinks that she's doing something amazing. That's not what's happening, sweetie. My roommates come into the room. We are naked. And my foot is bleeding.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
My ex-girlfriend's little brother walked downstairs to see us doing the deed, and she said, "Oh, we're just hugging."